sixth son of all kind, with Brian Quinn, Walter Flanagan, and Brian Johnson. This week's episode. Ignorance is holy.
Hello and welcome to Tell 'em Steve Dave presents Overkill. With Walt, with Q, with me. Top paranormal researchers. We haven't done much research lately though, right? It's limited to the internet.
Every month.
Yeah, but mostly I look at the internet right before I come. I'm like, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which is a step up from Q because he
doesn't really.
he doesn't do it
anything
at all.
I mean, I'm looking at a cursed skull, an object. I mean, you guys never brought in
That should buy
What are you
some
talking
good
about? It's
faith.
sitting right on top of a Polaroid from Dimension Z.
Oh, so me and you seem all right, Walt.
Well, you know, I debunked the Polaroid.
Nobody.
But by pinching and opening and zooming in and being like, there's no fucking way that's him.
You're crazy.
We haven't debunked the skull.
No, the skull's true.
Skull's true.
We may tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
There's someone here who can, who will be able to verify
Okay.
its authenticity.
We'll see.
A man of the collar. Is that what do you call it? There's many
Cloth,
names
right?
for a priest. Man of the cloth, the collar.
Not an actual priest.
No, actual.
What are you talking about?
He's got two kids.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Damn
think of that. Yeah, how are you a priest if you're out
Well,
there?
I'm a deacon, not a priest.
Okay, all right.
What does that
Priests
mean?
Can be married in the Byzantine Catholic Church.
In where?
The Byzantine Catholic Church?
A deacon. All right, I take it back.
What's the difference between a deacon and a priest, aside from these two?
Well, the deacon, you're deacon first, then you're a priest, then you're a bishop. So,
Oh, so you're going for a priest, and then you're going to put these
No.
two up for adoption?
no, I'm staying a deacon.
Okay.
What should we call you? Can we call you Father?
Father Lance is fine.
Do people call you Father Lance?
Yeah.
Oh, Father Lance.
Can I just call you Father?
Sure.
Can I call you Dad?
Hey, Father, can you help out an old altar boy? I'm Catholic.
None of that.
No? No exorcist references? Come on. He seems all right. I mean, the man of the cloth was wearing a Tell 'em Steve Dave t-shirt over his frock.
I mean, we're not kidding around. You're actually wearing a Tell 'em Steve Dave T-shirt to three heads.
Then the original.
Oh, that's an
wow.
old school one. Oh, wow. How'd you get that? I didn't think Brian sent any of them out.
It was a miracle, Walt.
God works in mysterious ways. But yeah. I mean, I told Brian, I was just like, if you had just walked in with your uniform, it would have been far more like,
Impressive?
real.
Right.
But like when you wear the collar
He is wearing
under a Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt, it kind of loses not much. It can never lose just a little bit because you're like, well, is that real?
Right.
Because he's got the Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt on.
And the kids.
But the kids, that doesn't mean anything.
There's lots of
He's
stuff.
a deacon.
There's lots of stuff that like he's going to pop that little collar off and just a regular dude.
You really don't know that deacons were allowed to?
No, I'm not Catholic. How would I know that?
Well, neither is he.
Who, Walt?
No, Father
you're not?
Lance.
Yes, I'm Catholic.
But you just said you were like some...
Byzantine.
Byzantine Catholic, which we are under the Pope. But if you've ever been to an Orthodox church, if you go into our church, that's what it looks like. Because we're descended from...
Maybe we should start with the differences, because the audience is definitely... Not all of them are going to know.
All they need to know is he's a deacon and he's Catholic.
I'm just trying to fill people in, buddy. I'm not trying to debunk the guy.
Sounds like it.
I asked him.
He's getting Walt nervous. He's like, first a T-shirt, now you guys with all these questions about like.
All right. Byzantine.
Yes.
So that means like your church is fancy, right? Like real ornate and stuff.
Yeah, we look the same as an Orthodox, which is what we were formerly Orthodox that joined the Pope.
Okay. And how long ago did that happen?
Ooh, depending on which region, like 500 years ago. Because the Catholic and Orthodox church is split at like year 1000.
Okay.
And then in the 1500s, some started coming back.
I see. And the Catholics, what do they get wrong? The regular Catholics.
No, nothing. I'm just different expressions of the same
I was trying to get them to start some controversy.
Really want to go to
do
war?
you hold congregation? Do you preach from the pulpit?
Yeah, I give homilies, yeah.
Not with the Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt on.
I thought you were dancing around the kids again.
All right, cool. I accept them. Walt?
Oh, thank you.
It's-
you won't get some-
That's a low. Did you see him just wipe his brow right there? Cute.
Well, I asked him what a Byzantine meaning. You almost bit my head off, so I'm just trying to move this along. All right.
It's either Father Lance or get him doing a fake voice. So this is our exorcist.
Well, we put out
That,
the call that we were looking for somebody who had some experience with exorcisms.
Mm-hmm.
And Father here replied to that call.
He's fought many a demon, Q.
Yeah.
Well, let me. Walt oversold me last week. I'm not an exorcist myself, but I did take a course with an exorcist.
Okay.
It's sanctioned by the church.
Yes.
So if, like, you were on a plane, like I said earlier, and somebody was showing signs of possession, and somebody screamed out, "Is there an exorcist here in the house?"
Yes, to say
you would be the man.
if the
to
plane
stand-
was in
step
danger,
up.
yes, I'd have to.
So an exorcist taught the class.
Yes.
How many people were in the class?
I'd say about 40 of us.
40.
Priests and deacons.
Okay. Got it. And is there a PowerPoint?
No.
Okay.
This is a double.
Right. No, I'm curious if like they showed you examples or
I mean, they spoke from their experience
Right.
in doing exorcisms. In fact, it was a priest who was an exorcist and a layman who is a specialist in the field.
a layman.
Yeah, non-ordained.
They can do that?
Well, they don't. The non-ordained doesn't actually perform the exorcism, but he's part of the priest because the priest doesn't ever just go alone. You know, he has a psychologist on his team that'll make sure it's not just mental illness. They have to have a physician or a nurse there in case something physically goes wrong, and oftentimes, because priests are pretty busy, they'll employ a layman who basically has dedicated his studies to the field of exorcism.
Walt? This is already going to be one of the best episodes of Tell 'em Steve Dave ever. I can tell already.
Really?
I'm fascinated right now.
Well, I mean, let's get right into it. I wanted to just now. It's obvious. You don't even have to ask the Father here, but you don't believe right off the bat, right?
What? In what?
Anything we're talking about.
In anything at all?
Well, I mean, if you believe in,
How long you known me?
if you believe in the devil, God, and possession.
No.
You.
Oof. I'll tell you what, Walt.
It's never yes or no. Like I go to Brian, it's like no. It's just it's
Well, he
simple.
made a joke first.
No, well, I mean, but he's you're going to tell me
Right.
something other than yes.
He's
or no.
taken the family circus circuitous route, roundabout bullshit to. He's hopping over garbage cans, the neighbor's garage. Yes or no,
Yes,
Q?
Walt, yes.
You believe?
Yes, Walt. What do you want? Yeah, you got your answer.
Not yes with an asterisk.
Yeah, just yes.
So you believe in God and you believe
No.
You can't have one with the other, right, Father?
Right.
Well, if you let me explain, then maybe I can clarify.
Okay.
My point being is like I don't believe that there's a God as presented to us by the man in the sky
The Byzantine
with the
Church.
robes who's watching us and judging us. But I do believe that there are plenty of things we don't understand in the universe, and I can buy that there are beings out to hurt us that have gotten filtered through demons that Father Lance here has dealt with.
Really?
You're like, I don't believe in God, then
I'm
goes
being
on.
real.
You really believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that, yeah.
So you
I
think
don't-
Father Lance has fought demons without him even having said anything yet? He's like, I took a primer. It was like, it was more of a seminar than a class, I guess.
Well, I say I believe in possession. I believe in God. I believe in all that comes with it. I'm not like a great Catholic, but
Or even a good one.
What?
Or even a good one.
But look, that's just wrong, right, Father, for him to say that?
Hey, I can judge him, right?
Right? He should, like how, who is he to even say something like that? I'm here telling him, I'm bearing my soul to the Father.
This is a confession.
Yes or no, Walt? Do you believe in demons and God?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The fuck we need to hear the rest for?
I'm talking to the Father right now.
all
You
the
notice I
time.
was directing that to...
All the caveats.
The blah, blah, blah. Oh, I got to stop cursing in front of you kids. I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
I brought that up as a concern, but he said they're going to hell anyway, right? Your opinion, your professional opinion. I was you struck on something that I was going to ask you. You have to like the devil just a little bit, right? Because without the devil, there can't be a God. Without dark, there is no light. So without an evil force to battle, good can't really exist. So you got to be like thankful for Satan just a little bit.
I guess I would phrase it maybe in reverse. I guess we could all get along without evil, but because God gives us free will and free choice, and if God is all good, then the opposite choice from Him is evil. So God has to allow evil to exist to allow free will to exist. Otherwise, He's
I always thought that was a big
puppet
cop out
master.
growing up. Like, well, why did this happen? Well, God gave men free will. Like it always seemed, I grew up as a Methodist, and in fact, my mother told me when I was very young, like 9 or 10, that everyone except the Methodists are going to hell. So,
Well, I mean, if you're...
sorry, guys.
Yeah, but like, I know people laugh or get
Mom's a
angry
witch,
about
right?
I'm a bad Methodist, though, so I'll see you there.
But people would be offended or would take that as like that's not very
Gross
PC,
ignorance.
right? To be like, well, my religion is the right religion. But if you're going to believe, you got to go in. If you're really believed, then you got to believe that. You have to take that stand that like everybody else is wrong. I'm right.
Well, I think you can believe in your system without, you don't have to be offensive to other people's.
But secretly, you have to be like,
Yes, right? Yes, you have to. You have to be like, well, they're wrong. Or because if they're not wrong, then I can't be right.
I might think their beliefs are in error, but I believe God's merciful, and I don't necessarily think He's going to judge them because
is my mom going to hell, Father Lance?
nobody.
Your brother's been in hell for the past 46 years.
So you can believe your way is the right way without condemning everyone else.
That's how I do it.
That's how you do it at home?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, the Methodists, jerk-offs. We all know it.
No,
but
not really. No.
be tolerant.
Terry, my wife is not Catholic.
Right, I'm talking about the other religions. You know, the ones we're talking about.
yeah.
They're the ones that got it all wrong.
I think they may be. In fact,
And I should like to say that, right? Yeah. Because if I really believe in what I believe, I have to believe that they got it all wrong. Even though I'm not judging them. I'm just saying, well, they got it all wrong.
Well, do we have to say they got it all wrong? Whatever, if God is truth and whatever is true in what they believe, then they have a piece of the truth. They're just not maybe as far along the way
As we are. Right.
yeah, you guys are the enlightened ones. Okay.
But that would be like you would agree, like if somebody was to like post, Comic Book Man says all religion is wrong except his.
Right.
That would be incendiary, right?
Incendiary, yes, it would be.
But why should it be?
Yeah.
It would, yeah.
Where did you post
There.
it? Where did you post it?
Where did I post it? Variety posted it.
Oh, Variety got a hold of it? Variety ran with it? Oh, sweet.
TMZ picked it up, too. But people would be mad for me for saying that, right?
I'm sure so.
Why, though? I don't understand it. Because I understand that they would say the same thing, right? The other side's got to be like, well, they're wrong.
Well, dare I press the hot button? I mean, Islam is very upfront about we're right, you're wrong.
Yeah, we noticed.
You don't say.
You're not supposed to say anything about it, but there you go.
Oh, you're right, Q. It's going to be good.
I'm lining the tall grass right now.
I can see your eyes going back and forth, going like, I wonder if I should leave now. I wonder if
Oh, True doesn't care.
Simi, I said some stuff.
well, I didn't. Father Lance did too.
Yeah. You think we need to get him excommunicated? What can we do about this?
Could you be the official padre of Tell 'em Steve Dave?
TSD Town Chaplain? Yes.
If somebody in the town got possessed by a demon, call them in.
or any function. I mean, they just like, you don't guys just spend your whole day looking for possessed people, right? You do lots of
Oh,
other
no, I have
stuff.
a regular job. I'm a welfare caseworker during the day.
So there would be a lot of functions for Father Lance and Tell 'em Steve Dave Town.
Right. He's delivering my check on the first of the month and exorcising demons. I like it already.
Now, when did you take your course? What year?
2 years ago.
Oh, is that recent?
You're a relatively new exorcist.
Oh, so they're like I thought. So they're still offering these courses.
For priests that are appointed, because it takes the bishop of the diocese to like take a priest and say, you are the exorcist for this diocese. Then he sends them to Rome for the courses, which I think they stay there over the summer. So they take a series of courses in Rome taught by the chief exorcist there. And then they come back to the diocese. And, as people call in and say, I think, a relative or somebody might be possessed, and they investigate. Like I said, they go through psychological testing, medical testing, to rule anything like that out. And if they come to the conclusion, yeah, this looks like it could be possession, then...
Now, you took the course in Rome?
No.
Where'd
This
you
was in
take
my
it?
own diocese, in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh.
Is it
Not as romantic.
Right? If he said he took it
Pittsburgh's
in
a
Rome,
lovely town.
yeah, it would make you like you would shudder a little bit, right?
I go home, I'd be like, Pam, we're converted to Catholicism.
Is the chief job of an exorcist in modern times to debunk claims of exorcism? Like, that's mainly what they do, right? They show up and they're like, nah, it's mental illness, nah, it's...
I think, unfortunately, some take that approach.
Really? Unfortunately.
Yeah, you want them to be possessed. I knew you liked
Well,
the
I
devil.
don't-
I knew it.
Because how many... I mean, I suppose we'll get to this, but my initial thought going into this, Father, is there can't be that many true examples of exorcism. Because otherwise...
Possession. Would you use the right word, for Christ's sakes?
Well, you can have an example of exorcism?
No, like
I would say
somebody
it's
actually
rare.
being exorcised or possessed.
Well,
it's
actual
semantic.
exorcism.
Well, yeah, if you're
It's semantic,
possessed,
right.
you need an
Right.
exorcism.
But you might not get it, right?
But okay,
Probably
we'll go
not.
with possession. So actual legit possessions. Possessions?
There you go.
That's the right
Right, a full
parlance?
You got to eat more than an apple a day, bro.
Well, I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
And we can
There's
discuss
a
that
term for
because
it.
there are levels to
Right.
this stuff
See, these
as
fucking
well.
clowns keep talking all day when I'm getting to the bottom. They just stop interrupting me. Okay, can we talk about that? The different levels.
Sure.
So you can be lightly possessed, you're saying.
Well, not so. I guess it'd be the levels of demonic activity.
We jumping too far ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask him. Yeah, I think.
Well, my original
you're-
question was basically there can't be that many true cases out there.
I would probably agree. Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, there are a lot of mentally ill people that are going to claim.
There's probably far more false ones than real ones.
I would probably agree with that.
So that's what I'm saying. So their main job is to filter out.
like UFO guys that go out and try to debunk. You're trying to debunk it more than prove it.
Right.
But I wanted to ask your instructor.
Yes.
Had he ever performed?
Yes.
Oh God! You hear that? He had been in the room with someone who was legitimately possessed.
Yes.
That's what he says.
That didn't make you shudder.
I did, yeah. I was just
I'm sure every listener right now is wondering if they.
it's hard to shudder in a store that's kept at 90 degrees at all time.
Go close that.
This is something I saw. Where is it now? It ties into this. International Association of Exorcists.
Yes.
Founded in 1990 by 6 priests. There's a little over 200 members who meet biannually in Rome. Does biannual mean twice a year or once every 2 years?
Once every 2 years.
Yeah.
I think you mean
Do you know anybody?
Actually, technically.
Do I know anybody on that?
Do you know anybody that's in the International
Well,
Association
yeah,
of
the
Exorcists?
exorcist in the Pittsburgh diocese. Yes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So the guy who taught the class, he's the real deal. He's one of the two. That's not that many people. 200.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, not every bishop appoints one, so there are a lot of dioceses just don't have one.
So there's a lot of possessed people running around because they're not covering their territory.
Like Q said, a lot feel like the church is we got to move past this superstitious thing. I guess they equate it with superstitious or mental illness would be the modern take on it, and that's not to discount that some cases are that, but again, if you believe in God, you have to believe in the opposite.
What was the point of the course? Like, why did they offer it to you, and why did you take it?
Just to give us an awareness of, hey, this ministry exists in this area. Here's the priest that does it. Here are signs to look for, and if somebody's coming to you claiming this, so we could make a referral to the exorcist if we felt.
But would you be nervous to make that recommendation? Because you're kind of putting your reputation on the line.
Sure.
If you're like, I think I got an exorcism here. Possession. Sorry.
After if I interviewed the person and I felt, there was something authentic there going on, I wouldn't hesitate to give them the referral.
It's like if Giddim's head spun around.
I mean, nobody's come to me.
Right. Autism is not possession, Brian.
Oh, it's not?
No,
All
we've
right.
gone over this many times.
I'm living in the dark ages. I got to catch up like the Catholic
Keep
Church.
trying to stone him. I would request that you stone.
Now, how long was the course?
A day.
Oh, it's just a day?
Yeah.
So I wasn't wrong. It was basically like a seminar,
Yeah,
like
it
a
was,
1 day
yeah.
thing. How long was it? Like all day thing?
Yeah.
What'd they give you for lunch?
8 to 5 or 6.
Do you have to pay for it?
No.
Can anyone take it or no?
This was, offered through our diocese to the clergy of the diocese.
Okay. But you couldn't let me tag along with you.
If you're in Pittsburgh, I'll try.
Oh, you want to be an assistant exorcist? Would you go? Would you go in the room like as a like Brian Quinn Jr. exorcist?
Look how ballsy he is. Are you kidding me? You're going to take a chance being in the same room, and you don't think that demon would just hop right out of whatever he was possessing and get into your ass?
You got to take some into my ass?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, literally. But you know what
Is
what
this
they do.
hell or heaven?
You would take a chance on
I
going
would.
into a room and knowing, like,
But I was going to say,
what could happen. You would take that chance.
Yeah, I would.
as you can imagine, I mean, these things are super low key. They don't average. You would never know.
You should sell
once
tickets,
once
man.
a referral
Wouldn't you go
made,
watch?
They're not.
I would not.
The people allowed in the room are very few. Obviously, the exorcist and his team, maybe a family member. It's not a spectator thing.
If remember at the end of The Exorcist, like Father Karras takes
Right.
the demon into him and then jumps out the window and tumbles down the stairs. If you're in that situation, little girl, little boy, whatever, you're just like, do you do that? Do you sacrifice yourself?
Well, that's not how it works. So that's a more.
That's the movies.
He's skirting the question because he's got his kids here.
well, that's
That's entertainment.
Say this guy. What's your name, buddy? Isaiah? What's your name? John the Baptist? What's that? Elias? All right. Good biblical names, man. Look at Joe. Little Isaiah, he's possessed, and you gotta take the demon and then jump out the window. Do you do it for it? You got it, right? Look at that kid.
if that's how it worked. Yes, yes, I would.
I just stop arguing that it doesn't work that way. I just saw the movie.
You're watching a movie, though.
Did you watch the series? Did you watch the
Yes.
series?
Oh, it's so good, man.
I liked
Yeah,
it.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it.
a
Of course, they do things for theatrics, but I love the whole, Illuminati trying to kill the Pope angle.
Yeah. Was
Have you-
there
have you watched it,
anything
Walt?
in that series
Oh, you like
at
it?
all that you were like, that they did their research?
Oh yeah.
You're like, wow, what was your...
Well, I mean, I would say except for I think because Gina Davis was Reagan, as we found out.
Spoiler alert.
About to.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
were 6
he's
months
doing
past.
anything he wants.
You're right. But Walt watches films on DVD.
So we find out-
Watches series on DVD.
Walt's going to see it in 2020.
Gina's really Reagan, and now
Got a
Reagan's
hot
daughter's.
Redbox rental coming up. The Exorcist series. Right. All right. Yeah.
And she sucked it. She got the demon to jump into her like Father Karras got the demon.
Right.
So but other than that, I thought it was well done. Yeah.
What if what was the guy's name? The dude who taught the seminar.
Do you know it? Mine?
No, his name. He was Father something or other.
Yes. You were asking the same
You're
question.
asking if he remembers the
name of the guy.
The guy who taught the class.
Yeah. I do not remember the priest, the exorcist name.
We
do
don't
not
want to name
remember.
names anyway.
The lay expert.
for talking about this. Could you get in any trouble for revealing anything about this?
I'm not saying anything that isn't public knowledge. I don't think. I mean, of course,
Not
it's
yet.
talked about. There are books written about this, and you can look most of this.
But you
stuff
could,
up.
like, for coming on, Noah could be like, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you go on to this podcast and reveal?
This third-rate podcast.
Yeah, and you really have to stop wearing that T-shirt and mask.
Can I take a picture of you in your t-shirt?
Sure.
Can you hold up the devil horns?
What if whatever his name was, like at lunch break at seminar, he comes up to you and he's like, "I see something in you." He's like, "You are." He's not even giving you an option. He's like, "You're going to make a great exorcist."
Would I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because how many people were in the class? You said like 40.
40. It's a ministry I've thought about. Maybe when the kids are grown, I could talk to Bishop and to send me to Rome.
Are you saying your kids are holding you back?
Yeah. Do you boys ever feel
Is
bad?
that what you're saying right
No,
now?
I'm saying the time an exorcist has to spend probably, out in the ministry is probably more time than I could devote when I.
Plus, who's going to take a young exorcist seriously? Like, you got to get some
Right.
gray. Your hair,
More
so
gray hair.
yeah, your normal hair color and stuff. You got to wait until you're like white, maybe even salt and peppery.
Well, the beard started.
Yeah, there you go.
How old are you?
I'll be 45 this year.
Is there a checklist of things that must be present before the church will declare, an incident demonic? Is there is there a criteria like this has to be met, this has to be present, boom, 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 and if all these things are there, it's a possession.
Let's get it on.
There are criteria for the exorcist to look for, and some of them might be present. All of them might be present, but I think it's up to the exorcist.
What would some of those things need to be? What would you need to see or hear or smell?
Well,
Taste.
Yes,
so somebody
or feel.
Somebody submits to the exorcist, hey, I think it might be. So he's going to conduct an interview, and it's not so much the interview itself, but he's going to test the waters, so to speak, with the demon, if that makes sense. He's going to start saying some say just some brief prayers to see if the person gets agitated or reacts.
Oh my God! Did you hear us? I said agitated, and you said agitated at the same time.
Wow, that's amazing. You're
Don't use the proper word at the end of a sentence.
or both of their vocabulary is so limited.
Don't discount this. Don't discount that right
He
there.
wants to associate himself so badly.
I want to give it to him.
We're finishing each other's
So happy.
sentences, right? Sentences. Oh my God!
This guy is.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, Father. Don't listen to that. Please continue. So the person's agitated.
Right. So if there's some agitation or something, then they're going to schedule them for another interview. This time, probably with a psychologist present, make sure.
Well, how does the agitation
Manifest.
I think we're actually getting ahead of ourselves again.
Yeah, what if like you come in and you're praying around me? I'm agitated 24/7, so you're not going to be able to tell.
I mean, if,
Unless he's doped to the gills on illegal pills,
Oh yeah,
he's agitated.
yeah. If I'm doped up, then you're going to know it's not authentic, and you can move on.
I mean, it's probably a lot less.
He's got his demons, but
Well, he's not possessed.
They all come a little brown fucking little.
just give him a prostitute shooting up at the bed next to him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, all right. This calms me down.
What is a demon? What is a demon? I'm trying to go back. Like,
What do we put? What we jumped ahead too far? What did you want to get
I
before
want
that?
the basics. What is a demon? Like I want the info that we need.
The definition of a demon.
Yes, according
A
to this.
demon is an angel that has rejected God.
Really?
It's a fallen angel.
Yes.
So it has spent time in heaven.
Yes. Or well,
Uh-oh.
when angels were created, Catholic theologians proposed they were given, because they are pure will and spirit, and they don't live linearly like we do in time. They were given a choice. Now, some theorize they were shown that God would become man, as Jesus Christ, and they rejected God becoming a creature lower than they themselves were and refused to serve.
It's like get him on like certain days here.
Yeah, you should have seen it before you came in. I asked him to fix my watch. He did it immediately. Walt started complaining. He's like, he doesn't do any of the work that I ask him to do.
No, he
You don't think I'm God?
He fixed it as if like with this manic like.
He was agitated, like he was possessed.
Yeah, and I asked him to do work that he's getting paid for, and he's indifferent to it. This idiot fucker.
I'm like, tinker with my movement watch.
BQ wants to go look over at some new comics, and he's running around behind me going, "Do you need a flashlight? I'll shine a flashlight over your shoulder so you can see what's going on," because we had the lights turned down because The Exorcist was here.
All right, does anyone have any? I don't have a flashlight. Anyone have any kerosene? I got a lantern.
This like falling
Or a
over
torch. A torch will do.
Just like Walt's car on fire.
falling over himself to meet some sort of bizarre needs that you to get some sort of like validation from used to, but yet here I give another fucker a job and he doesn't even fucking do that well.
Do you think Walt's possessed? I know like a stream of obscenity is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but
It's one of the signs.
possessed right there. So, yeah,
This is the demon drain over here.
Beginning. So.
This demon to my left.
the demon attached to my soul.
I invited him
His
in
name
like an
begins.
asshole, like a real asshole.
Now, could I ask a question going back to your statement about
Passion he showed about it was as passionate he is about demons, like exorcism. There was no difference in the levels of passion from Walt.
because it's true though, man. Like I'm like, hey, could you do this, and it's like this. I'll get to it, and then when you come in with those eyes closed, with that annoying eyes closed, as if like, oh God, shut up, because I asked you to do some fucking work.
Right.
But you're like, what new issues came in? And he's like, do you need a flashlight to look at those new books, Q?
How's your penis? Is it dry? You gotta
anyway.
stop that.
But I always, obviously, just because of movies and pop culture or other forms of media, I assumed that it is also is Lucifer the big kahuna?
Yeah.
So I always assumed that he created demons, but you're saying that all demons were angels, and
Correct.
that any demons, it's not like he's creating demons.
Correct.
Demon factory.
So, like, if someone really heinous dies, they can't go through their torture and become a demon. They can't go through their
Right. They don't
punishment.
become a demon.
They don't come. Even Hitler.
Although some exorcists do believe the souls of the damned can come back to possess.
That's one thing I always liked about the Catholic Church. I always envied you guys that, like, you can do anything you want as long as every once in a while you go and tell the guy, like, I'm sorry. You could just go and do it
You
again.
got to be really sorry.
You gotta mean it.
You got to mean it. There's a big difference.
Well, who knows if you mean it or not?
God,
Yeah, but I guess.
he knows your.
So then you might as well not even bother going to confession, right?
I think the main flaw in it is just like if you're getting to the end of your life and you're gonna die,
I'm sorry.
yeah, then you're gonna be like, holy crap! I mean, what if this stuff's real? Like, I may die. I am sorry. Like, that seems like ingenuous.
The door's always open. The good thief repented on the cross beside Christ.
Right.
Made it in.
Yeah, do you think Jesus, like, when he, because I assume he went up to heaven, right, after he died, do you think he's like, dude, we couldn't have done this another way? I had to get tortured and hung on a cross, and I had to carry it in front of people, and, I mean,
Well, I
thought my father
before
was
he
bad.
incarnated, he knew that. I mean, I think that's what's
He knew it was coming?
so amazing. He knew what he was going to Earth for.
But let me ask your opinion on this, about this whole Jesus thing. So I'm not trying to poke holes in it. This is a legit question. So, like, the idea was that Jesus was around before he was born.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So he is the same guy, or is he not the same guy that everybody commonly refers to as God?
Well, this is the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit.
Right. So
You went to
the
Catholic
three
school.
separate
Three persons,
separate
one
beings.
God. They're God collectively, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought you went to a Catholic
I
boys' school.
did, but this is the stuff that
Did you not ask this question?
No. I understand that, but I'm asking, like, what is his opinion of three separate persons? Put it this way: when Jesus was praying to God to let the cup pass my lips and all that stuff, was he praying to himself or?
I think that's
what
the
I mean.
Son addressing the Father
But they are the same person.
Well, they're the same. They're one God, but three separate persons.
So were they three separate people from the beginning?
Yes.
So there was always a Jesus, a God.
There was always a
and
Father, a Son, and a Holy Spirit.
They just did you read they found a star or something that was like, or a galaxy that was like older than this? It's like 12 billion years old. They use like some telescope to see it get them. I'm sure you must have read about. No. Well, it's shocking that you wouldn't be reading about that at work instead of doing what Walt asked you.
Fix a watch.
So
You had to fix Jack's watch.
is that all you do now is fix watches? It's the Swiss in them coming out.
And collect paychecks. He does that every week.
So let's say it was, let's say even 10 billion years. What took God so long to create everything? Like, that's a pretty long time to just hang out, assuming he was always
that
there.
Time moves the same for God as it does for us. You'd have to assume it doesn't.
Well, I have to assume God wears a movement watch, much like myself.
Oh, we got a commercial?
No, we don't. Get him just
What
fixed
does
it
God
for
like
me.
to snack on when he's...
That is a legit question. I went to Walt's daughter's godfather, and I had to go to a class where the priest, I got to tell you, was kind of looking sideways at me, but I had to do like a communion. And the wafers don't taste good.
No.
They're flavorless. Has the Catholic Church ever thought about making them taste a little better so people are like, oh, this isn't so bad?
Well, I got news. If you go to a Indian Catholic Church, we actually use real bread.
Bread?
Bread.
All
I
right.
mean, not bread. The priest makes it, but it's...
Because I'm just saying that if you were to contract with NatureBox, they may be able to provide wafers. What a contract that would be. Worldwide communion wafers by NatureBox.
vanilla granola flavored communion wafers?
Yeah, those wafers are pretty fattening. And the bread, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a lot of carbs.
Tons of carbs. So you go to NatureBox, you use naturebox.com/TESD.
Yeah.
Maybe the Catholic Church can use our code. That would really help us out.
You get heavenly discounts.
Yes, Q. It's endless the way you guys could benefit.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to really who decided on who's like let's this crappy wafer? Why not some vanilla granola like you like?
The best.
Some cashew clusters like I like. I would go to church.
The Fuji apples.
Oh, come on, man. You would get 50%. Get me another shoehorn. This one isn't big enough. You would get 50% off your first order if you just used naturebox.com/TESD. You'll never get bored. New snacks every month. That could be it.
Yeah.
Snack is communion every single week. Mm-hmm. All right, every
day.
week.
Every day.
52.
Every day.
They have over 100. You're covered for 2 years if you just switch to NatureBox because they got over 100. They're constantly adding more. Oh my God! Come on, naturebox.com/TESD. Do it for Tom, Steve, Dave, and do it for God.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I got to do it. What do you want from me?
The whole time I'm just thinking, I just feel bad for these two. But
Do Catholics like audiobooks?
All right. Okay. So a demon is a fallen angel.
Yes.
But what were the things in the checklist of things that would need to be present for them to do any further investigation?
After the psychologist and the medical doctors say, there's no reason, we see nothing to explain, this.
What sort of symptoms?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Would it be like?
Well, then he's going to probably start, for lack of a better word, like preliminary exorcism, like some prayers and stuff to see how they react.
But what
and then, like a full-blown possessed person might display, and this, the movies do get right. They might talk in a language they have no business knowing or studying.
Because the angel knows them.
Like for a Q, that would probably be English.
That was a good one.
They may exhibit superhuman strength.
Right.
It takes a few people to hold them down. Where it's a little girl and she's tossing 2 grown men around. They may exhibit knowledge of things they should have no knowledge about. They might know,
like personal things about the exorcist,
right? Or about anything in general. Just
why'd you do this to me, Timmy?
They do. They do. Exorcists are cautioned to make a good confession before they go in because unconfessed sins can be revealed. may be revealed by the demons
That would
in
be
an
awkward,
attempt.
Oh, you look so bad.
Well,
Like, you're like,
what difference does that?
it's a demon. You know he's a liar. I didn't do that.
Me? Something you know.
Like, you could tell on his face, like all the other priests would be like, "Oh, for Christ's sakes, dude."
So
forgot about that.
those things start to manifest, and they're going to go for full blown exorcism when those things start to present.
Did the instructor recount anything like extraordinarily like out of this
He
world
had
to
not
you that
he had not encountered it, but he said in Rome they said some will levitate.
Oh my god!
They said it's very, very rare.
Like David Blaine.
Is David Blaine possessed?
I don't know if they meant like Reagan, like lifting up off the bed. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, you're talking.
what they
Okay,
meant
yes.
by
Do you? So I want to be. I want to be very respectful. I'm not trying. Take everything I say.
Please do.
Yeah, because normally on Overkill, I'll come in and just be like, "This is all nonsense."
I want to say that, but I just want to dance around it a
I want
little.
to make it clear that that's not what I'm saying. But there's no, in your mind, they're throwing classes in Rome for this. This guy in Rome's telling that things levitate. So in your mind, they have to be telling the truth, because if they weren't, then you're talking about a conspiracy or a sham that goes straight to the top of the church. So in your mind, if they're giving courses on it in Rome, it's got to be true.
why would they waste their time?
Right. Well, to some might say, perpetuate this fear that keeps people in line.
But there goes to this a question I have
Okay.
that I want to ask the Father. Why is it that the church doesn't talk about this more? Why do they kind of not want to bring it more into the public eye? Because I don't know about your church. I'm sure it's strong and you got a healthy congregation. But I would say that churches today are probably feeling a little bit of a pinch. Right?
Attendance is
Attendance.
down majorly across
Why
the
don't
board.
they bring
period.
this up all the time? Get it on the TV. Do commercials. Your soul is in danger, and if you don't, and then possession, you could be possessed at any point. Get your butt into church, and
Well, I think probably because it's a preaching to the choir thing. Until if you're
You're talking like Super Bowl commercial.
I'm talking about get it more out there. This stuff is real. Possession can happen. It's constantly going down. And if you're not if you're not on board, if you turn your back and haven't been going to church for a while, you may want to rethink it because of this. Why don't they do that? Why don't they just really
And
talk?
we got Sweet Nature Box of Communion.
I don't think you want to use fear.
Up,
I don't think you want to use fear to
But
bring
The church
them
did for hundreds of years, though.
Well, I think at Vatican II they kind of realized the problem with that.
But attendance is
Kinda got away
down. So maybe
It is.
they misplanned.
because I want to use an example. If when I was in
Well,
high
the
school.
abuse scandal certainly didn't help.
That didn't help. Yeah.
But when you were doing driver's ed, you saw the driver's ed films about if you
Blood on
crash-
the highway?
blood on the highway. You guys should be showing
Screening
we should have
The
the-
Exorcist Weekly.
We should have the possession version of Reefer Madness. And
yeah. I
put
mean,
it out.
it would be. I think a lot of people need to be
Scared straight.
scared straight.
Literally, when it comes to those homosexuals,
Yeah,
scared straight.
yeah. I thought gays were allowed in the Catholic Church now, right?
I'm sorry.
Are gay people allowed in the Catholic Church?
Well, there were always a lot of.
Oh, they were always allowed.
Okay, as long as you didn't tell them you were gay.
Well, no, I think even
I just don't want Quinn to get kicked out. I read his essay on Star Wars. I don't want him tossed out of the Catholic Church because he's gay.
Father, did you read this article on Star Wars that I wrote?
I did.
What'd you think? Does
I
that
thought it was great.
brand me a homosexual?
No, why?
I don't know. Well, good question.
Who's saying
question.
such things?
I mean, well.
I didn't read it. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Q wrote an article. I said this off camera. I mean, off mic. I'm going to say it on mic.
Okay.
Very well written. I was very, very impressed.
Who was it for?
StarWars.com. Lucas himself called me and asked.
George Lucas asked you to write an essay?
No, it's someone from his company asked me to.
But he sold it to Disney anyway.
Well, he's still. I mean, he didn't call me to write an essay. I thought that was clear.
He's poking holes in it. He believes in possession more than George Lucas called you. So anyway, yeah. So Q wrote an article, and what was your favorite Star Wars moment? And his was when Han and Leia, Han's getting frozen in carbonite.
Oh, I know.
And yeah,
The I know moment.
yeah. But what I thought was really great about the article, and I'm just kidding around with you guys, was the underlying cynicism.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! You should read it. It's
That's
real.
why when you said you weren't going to like it, I was like, really? Because I thought it was right up your alley. It was really just a shot at Valentine's Day. The whole thing.
It really was. It was good.
Oh, thank you.
Great job.
Where can you read it?
StarWars.com. It's on the front page. Yeah.
Nice. Front page.
Front page. Well, today. Who knows if it's tomorrow. Thank you. Anyway, Demon. Well, thank you. Thank you.
You know what to do. I complimented you.
Yeah, no, that's not what I expected. So,
Did anybody from the class go? Like, did they move on? Do you know? Like from that seminar, did any of those 40 people move on? Or
No.
No.
They were all parish priests and deacons such as myself.
what is the goal of a demon possessing a person? Do they hypothesize?
The damnation of the person.
Thank you.
The damnation of the individual.
Oh, that's a slow process. One soul at a time.
All that work in for one person, but that doesn't even make sense to me. The demon seems flawed because, well, if they're possessing someone, then their soul is automatically exempt from anything that they do. And couldn't God
Correct.
just be like, it's one of us?
I mean, one thing you have to understand: possession, and again, the movies kind of make it seem like, supernatural. They always show they're like sucking this black smoke in, and then when they're exorcised, it blows back out. And it's not that the demon is physically located inside a person, but that the demonic is acting in the person, possibly controlling their body. But the person, their mind is free; they still maintain free will.
So they're
not responsible for any of the actions that the demon does with the body,
right?
And I've never heard. I mean, in the class, they really didn't talk about, like a demonic person actually, a possessed person committing crimes, and then saying, "Oh, the devil made me do it." Because if you remember what you did, then you're probably not possessed. Because that one of the things that they were saying is, like, especially during the exorcism. In the fits, if you want to call them that, when the demon's talking and the person's blocked off by the demon.
Do they have accounts of people who were possessed then freed where they went while the demon was in control? Do they have anything like that?
From my classes and the books I've read, the possessed usually recollect nothing of when the demon's acting.
About how many possessions a year are there?
Oh, I don't know, Walt.
Do they have
Billions.
any kind of records? They must keep records.
If they do, they're not showing them to me.
Right. But all right. But to me, the demon seems like a dopey move because they're possessing someone to corrupt their soul, but at the end of the day, they're not corrupting their soul because they're not responsible for anything. So where does the corruption come in?
Well, it's up to the person to fight the possession as well. So if the person gives in to despondency, and you got to remember, a lot of these people. I don't know how far. A lot of these people end up possessed through, they're fooling around with the occult. They're doing things to invite
my ears just
the demons in. And if you remember, what was about a year ago, you had the guy. Was he from Red Bank, the spiritualist guy who refused to touch your Ouija board?
Yeah. He's still.
So at least he was. I mean, that was pretty smart because, like the case that The Exorcist is based on. That's how it was a boy, not a girl, and he was possessed by using the Ouija
Captain
board.
Howdy.
And that's not to say that an Ouija board or tarot cards or anything like that have a power inherent in them, but it's the fact that you are like now broadcasting yourself out, saying, "Hey, here I am."
That's one of my questions that leads in. I guess, like, what are some things we can do to protect ourselves from the devil? Any kind of special precautions? Does listening to heavy metal music or watching certain shows
no heavy
or
metal,
movies,
no D&D. No.
Does that make you more at risk?
No.
Oh, it doesn't.
I don't
Well, you
so.
just said Ouija boards could.
Well,
though.
I mean, that's sort of direct occult stuff where you're
talking
calling
about
on spirits,
divination.
calling on demons.
That's something. A Ouija board.
I don't think listening to Ozzy sing Mr. Crowley is gonna
No?
possess you. No.
Could influence you, though. Did you think, in your class, where do you think any of the 40, did you suspect, like, that guy might be an undercover Satanist trying to,
No.
like, get some insights?
Like an Exorcist TV show? No.
Now, the devil has, in some ways, and could be viewed, I think, with all due respect to the Rolling Stones, as a sympathetic figure. Like, you can see his side of it in certain acts of fiction, right?
Oh, certain. I mean, the way the character is written, but I mean, I don't think that's these people. Well, they're the show right on right now, right? Lucifer.
Sure. All right. The comic book that's based on he's basically the lead and the good guy in
Right.
the comic book.
And he's like, he's not such a bad guy.
Well, they take the
I mean, they
reasons-
present it as
they
that.
take the reasons that the church has said that he broke off from God, but present it in a light where you're like, I kind of see
I'd probably
it.
do the same thing.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, I don't want to take orders all day from some glowing light chump.
Hello,
Like,
get him.
I want to hang out.
Walt, your glowing light.
So there is no forgiveness for Satan. There is no sympathy for the devil in the church. He's perpetually the bad guy. He cannot be redeemed.
Well, theologians, and I was talking about earlier, they were given that choice, and their choice was fine. Unlike us, who live a linear life and can repent at various points, it was like choose now, and it's forever. Due to their estate is
But
pure.
where do we get
spiritual.
that information from? Or is that just an opinion formed by highly educated people in the matter?
I'm guessing it's because the demons will give information during them.
That's cool. Is somebody writing that stuff down?
Oh, I mean, The
Yeah,
Exorcist.
somebody's recording that stuff, man.
Yeah, but is it like a demonic Bible put together by the ramblings of possessed people? Does the Vatican have scrolls of basically demonic interviews from over the centuries?
Yes.
I'm sure they do. Yes. I mean,
Emphatic. We both said yes. Oh my God!
yeah. I mean, they have to have archives so that
If you notice,
people
though-
can be trained.
I said it first, then you say it.
Yeah, I think Walt's actually the more accomplished exorcist.
The New Jersey Devils. No.
Yeah, if they had a less blasphemous name, wouldn't they win more titles? Do you think?
They won plenty, my friend. They don't. Their name never
Like the
never hurt
Kings.
them.
They've
won more than the
they won
Kings.
more than
the
the
King of Kings.
They and the Penguins are even right now, but I think we're going to repeat.
So
we're gonna repeat
those
this year.
scrolls you think do exist somewhere,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there is no doubt there are archives in the Vatican.
and there's no way that people like us can get in there.
Who
to see
do?
them.
Even
Why?
like a
Joker?
you'd have to be one of the guys sent over there to study. They just don't let anybody into the archives.
Does the Pope get true TV?
I don't know.
Does the Pope does Chronovision exist? Did they tell you that?
Nobody
the
admitted
television,
that to
the
me.
television that could watch any point in history.
I remember that episode. Yeah,
You don't know.
Nobody's ever admitted that to me.
Okay. But going back to your about your statement about you, the theologians.
I wish I had that because I don't have a DVR and I missed IJ last week.
They made their
I can
choice.
get you a copy.
he said.
And it's irreparably made.
This goes to this question.
Demon quotes.
Let's say, like I'm using, I don't mean this in any way disrespectful, but I'm using it as an example.
I love how, like the preamble and like anything that's about to come at you that's disrespectful. They're like, I don't mean this to be disrespectful.
I don't mean it.
It is.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
mean it to be.
It's not. It's not trying to make it a joke. It's not trying to make a talk down to it. But I'm just using an example. The legendary Charlie Daniels song, "The Devil Went Down to Georgia."
Oh, I have that too.
Okay.
Let's say you did do that. Is there any examples of somebody going into a wager with the devil, and let's say you lost. Let's say you didn't win the violin, like Johnny did. But would the church be like, you know what? You wagered your soul. You knew what the risks were. We're not going to step in and help. Or would the church be like, all right, let's try to save Johnny's soul?
Well, this I remember from my class. The priest, they had an example of a
Everybody
woman.
had to practice the fiddle.
What did I say? Violin? I meant fiddle. It was made out of gold, as I recall.
If I remember, no.
It's all true, right?
But no, the woman, there was something wrong with her child. Sick or I don't know, it was cancer or what it had. But she promised the devil her soul if the child would be spared.
Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
Same
Who
thing.
confusingly went on to do good deeds. That's what
He
never
wouldn't
made.
be the devil's pawn. No, that's why. Let's not. But
But the penance there was specifically. Well, that's Danny Ketch, right?
no, that
The
was
penance.
both of them.
Yeah, Blaze had the penance.
I don't know. Yeah, but you're right.
I thought
yeah,
Danny Ketch had
you're right.
the penance.
I really
Danny
like.
Ketch
I really
had a
like.
different spirit than Johnny Blaze.
So what
right?
happened? So wait a minute. So the church knew about this lady who said, "I will trade my soul if you cure my daughter."
Correct.
And what did the church? What's the feeling on that?
Well, no. So the woman.
No, we're not
got
going to cure
possessed.
cancer.
You know, I guess the bargain was that and she was possessed then, and of course she wanted to.
She wanted help, right?
Right,
sorry.
And the church agreed to the exorcism, but at the time of the class, she was still possessed because she would not.
Renounce.
There was something she kept doing. She was afraid to make the final break. She was afraid.
You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking? The crucifix. You got to stop that. Otherwise, nobody's going to believe you're really sorry.
She was
The sound
afraid
was mine.
the daughter would get sick, so she wouldn't
my
renounce
God.
her bargain. So they couldn't.
What year was this?
I think very recently, because he was talking about this in our course.
So
Like it
this-
was ongoing.
So that like
this lady's
don't
out there
you think,
now.
I don't mean again. I don't mean this in a way, but like, don't you think the church has an obligation though to get out there and say, "Don't do this." Like, even if you know somebody you really love, don't trade your soul to cure them.
It's so rampant, I imagine, that people are promising their souls to Satan for different
if there's
reasons.
if there's one, there's too many, and we know of the woman who did it though.
I mean, I guess
So they go on a worldwide campaign because one dumb lady was like, "No,
Dumb?
no. Of course she's dumb.
Like,
Save a kid.
I'm
The
really,
kid didn't get saved, right?
No, he did. It was
Well,
but
she's possessed
I
and
think
the
it would
kid
be
died of
wrong-
cancer.
It would be wrong to attribute the child's healing to the deal, though. I mean, in this lady's mind, that
That would be the chemo.
or was it the chemo, or did prayer work?
Oh, so if
But-
there's, but you're saying but the church is saying this was a legitimate possession.
Yes.
But they're also saying that the devil didn't come through on his end.
Correct.
Oh, that scumbag.
No way. The devil has somebody hanging? Not cool.
And this would be the other thing to remember about
Not cool beans.
when we're talking about degrees of possession, but
Lyle,
also
jerk.
Degrees of. We're used to calling everything supernatural, right? And there's a show.
Yeah.
Only God is supernatural. Angelic and the demonic are preternatural.
What's it called?
Preternatural.
Preter.
Preternatural.
Like Preta bed? Like the bread?
Yeah, that would be pita bread.
Oh, okay.
P-R-E.
Can I take that joke back about you not speaking English and attribute it to this guy?
What is that?
Preternatural.
Preta, what does that mean?
Which it's above our nature. We would be natural. So they are
Nature, baby.
beings above us.
Some of us are on the cusp of supernatural, though. Right here,
Human.
this guy
Yeah,
with his
Preta,
Star Wars.
just Preta.
The angelic and the demonic are on a natural level. They're more
That's what they should change.
Subnatural.
That's what they should.
Subnatural.
Well, get him. It's right there.
You saw the cyst, didn't you?
Yeah, is that a sign of possession?
What?
This giant lump on his head?
That is disgusting.
Oh.
That's an.
Well, I thought we knew where they came from.
Well, and
we need an
that's-
exorcist for this exorcist.
exorcist.
Wow, that was good.
I can't take credit. Get him said that earlier today.
Could that be God punishing him for all that premarital stuff that's going on?
Probably.
It looks like a horn now, right? It's getting bigger.
It's disgusting. It looks like a mushroom growing on your wrist. Kids are going to have nightmares.
Yeah, have you ever seen anything like that, kids? So, on a person who still walked around in public and didn't care? On videos, right? Yeah.
If you kids have pitchforks and torches and you want to chase them around the parking lot, go right ahead. We do it sometimes. So in the Bible, and we feel we're going under the impression that anything relating to demons in the Bible was true. That's the basis of where this comes from. So can we talk about Legion for a second? Because I'm sure he came up, or they came up. In the Bible, Brian, you know this story, like Jesus cast out a demon. Turns out there wasn't one demon, there were many.
Mm-hmm.
And they were known as Legion. And he put them into pigs. He took them out of the person, right? Put them into pigs, then
Pigs on Earth?
Pigs, yeah.
They put them on
oink,
pigs
oink.
that were on Earth.
Yeah, earth pigs.
Okay.
And then drove the earth pigs into a lake and drowned them.
Yeah.
That's wacky. Do you have any insight into that situation? Did they tell you, like, look, maybe...
That's pretty much the only part of the Bible that bothers you, right? In terms of not making sense.
Well...
The earth pigs. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
also-
all-
It's all about symbolism. It's all about symbolic gestures, isn't it?
Sure.
So
Well,
that
if you
was-
remember, the Jew,
you missed your calling, man. You really did.
the pig was
Explain
known
it
as an
stuff
animal.
to this guy who is like lifelong Catholic, went to Catholic boys' school. What were you doing, man?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
what
like,
were
I
you
was
doing
in
in school.
It's not my job to assume that our audience knows everything about what's going on. We're interviewing a guy. What do you want me to just
Oh, so
be-
you knew about the pig? You had your, or you were that was you were just trying to see if he knew?
No, I'm asking him his thoughts on the story.
I told you.
Well, clearly...
Let's move on.
I mean, of course I knew the story. I brought it up and told it. How the fuck can I not know it?
But you're saying that it's hard for you to swallow that one.
No, I'm asking
So-
how that specific...
To his audience, right, the pigs were unclean animals.
Right.
But also, the possessed guy who'd been living among the tombs was an unclean person.
Okay.
So this is Christ removing the impure, freeing the man from possession, but also showing, he's not impure. The
So
impurity.
that leads me to two topics. One, animals can get possessed.
Yes.
The demon can act upon an animal.
Yes.
Now you're back on my side?
Well,
you're answering.
when you say something that's obviously true,
He's trying to move it along so you stop embarrassing yourself.
And
Do you guys
cars,
understand
right?
how interviews
Can
work?
cars be possessed?
You gotta
Christine?
fucking lead to something.
Was they, can a car?
Yeah, right. A car can, like
Well-
inanimate objects can be
But I'm the
possessed.
idiot?
Well,
I think my car's possessed, Father.
we were talking about levels of demonic activity. There is what popularly we would call hauntings,
Yeah.
poltergeist activity, that sort of thing.
I'm going to let the air out of your tires or knock your garbage cans over, right?
Or throw things around the room,
Okay.
that sort of thing, mess up the house. That would be referred to as demonic infestation. They're inhabiting. Well, not I shouldn't say. But they're acting upon a physical place. Not
That's
acting
actually
on-
cooler than
not acting
possession.
to a person, but
So poltergeist are demons?
like creating right. Yeah, the church would say poltergeist activity is evidence of demonic activity in a place.
Oh, man. I have so many questions, but I'm afraid to ask them
So
now.
if things are flying around, you like I said, your
be
basic.
afraid.
Is it getting too real?
Now,
No,
what a
you
lot
guys
of
are
people
just going to make fun of me before I get the answers. So I'm
No.
wasting my breath.
But don't be afraid. The Father's here.
Noises, the scratching
Right.
in the walls,
But
that sort of thing.
is there a theory? Did he put out a theory? Because I'm assuming, is there a number of demon? Is there an accepted number of demon?
From the book of Revelation, it talks about the dragon sweeping a third of the stars from the sky.
So a lot of demons.
So whatever number of angels there were, they theorized a third of them.
So
fell
we're going to
into demonic.
assume millions of demons.
Sure.
So let me ask you something. At the rate that in today you hear about poltergeists, you hear about possessions, you hear about it's almost never. So are these is it hard for them to do what they do according to the church, or are they just work less than get them? Like why shouldn't with the amount of them that there
Well-
are? Shouldn't we all be fighting things at every minute of the day?
We should
would
all be
say-
exorcists.
Yeah.
Now, what you got to remember is demonic activity. Their primary activity is temptation.
Like when you see a hot lady.
Oh, like when Stacy Patella walks by.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh, devil, leave me alone.
What kind of
Stop
temptation-
bewitching me.
Yeah, you're infested me.
All temptation. When
Food.
There's lesion in my pants.
deadly sins, greed, gluttony, lust, sloth.
Wait a second. Are you reading my bio or what's going on here? I got distracted by this bewitching creature, devilish temptress.
It's virtually impossible,
behind
though,
me.
not to live a life without temptation, though, right?
Oh,
It's
You're going to be
impossible.
tempted.
It's yielding to temptation. That's
Correct.
the problem.
So you can't even guess what these demons' playbook is, because they're saying temptation.
That's the way they want it.
The demon, but then some demons are like, it's not enough for me to make you want to steal, say, a Jay and Silent Bob hoodie from the Secret Sash 35 Broad Street. That's demonic temptation. But another demon may be like, I'm going to throw this across the room, and then another demon might be like, I'm going to possess this person. Like they just willy nilly. You can't even track them down.
Well, I mean, what do you say about that?
He's like, what?
I couldn't offer an explanation. Why do some tend to act in one way, some act in another?
What are the angels doing at this fucking point?
Yeah, they're running around playing harps and stuff, right? Instead of, they should be like fighting demons.
Well, I think as the demons are tempting us, I think the angels are, prompting us.
Thank God I'm not a demon.
Your classic angel on one shoulder, devil on the other. I think that is a good analogy for what's going on.
What if you have two devils on your shoulder? What do you do? What's your advice?
Start a podcast. But what a boring existence for these things.
The angels?
Could you imagine being immortal and having and knowing God personally and having no time doesn't matter to you, space doesn't matter to you, and you're focusing all your energy onto this tiny mudball planet in the middle of nowhere with these people, and that's your existence?
And you're worse is you're a poltergeist, and you're relegated to doing the same thing like a toddler does, which is just like mess the house up.
Yeah,
But this is the only mudball in existence, though.
That's shocking that you believe that. So aliens don't
Right?
exist, Walt?
Right?
I would not discount alien life, given how big the universe is.
Me neither.
Yeah. We weren't really in sync that time, but
Aliens exist.
Right, got it,
We
okay.
know this.
The theory being, if there's another planet out there, then God is also responsible for that planet,
Sure.
and tending like another garden.
Sure.
God, is that
Now,
it?
what you say?
What if the Adam and Eve of that planet didn't screw up? What if they're out there in perfect happiness and
that means
We're
that
here.
the devil hasn't gotten there, right?
Well, right.
The devil failed.
right? He was beat.
Oh.
And if you ever read C.S. Lewis's The Hideous Strength, is that the Hideous Strength trilogy? Basically, that's what that's about.
Really?
He goes to the one planet where the Adam and Eve defeat the devil, and he goes to another planet
We're a failed
that
experiment.
it didn't work as well as it did on Earth. There was a
That is cool.
Now, when you say that there could be alien life, do you think it could be intelligent though, like us?
sure.
Really?
Well, he's saying that there's another Adam.
Are you
Eve
talking
planet.
about like mankind or you and Father Lance?
Or do you? I mean, but doesn't that? There's no mention of that in the Bible, though.
Why do we need to know about it?
Yeah, what are you so-
I don't know.
Well, what are you so nosy
I'm
for?
not saying I
What
can't
about dinosaurs?
proclaim it definitely exists because you read any of this stuff about how Earth is like in just the right part of the galaxy on the right length of the arm of the galaxy for a planet like ours. Because if you're too close to the galactic core, there's too much radiation. You can't have life. So
Oh, he's saying we didn't go to the moon.
Van Allen belts, right?
Satanic.
so for-
Satanic belts.
Can I say something to you kids?
Sure.
Your dad's cool. I hope you guys know that. Like, I hope you guys respected that. This guy's got all the answers. I'm digging it.
He's a demon slayer, boys.
Yeah, like I hope you guys like your dad.
Yeah, my dad was also very active in the church. This is a good question for you. Up until I was like in 8th grade, and then suddenly they stopped caring, which means I had to spend my whole childhood in church and Sunday school and all this crap. And he would, they take collections and stuff. And so he would, I guess, once a month make the deposits, but he would keep all the money in his top dresser drawer. That's tempting, right? To an 11, 12-year-old who wants to go to the arcade and sees all those quarters.
Or even to a guy in his 40s who needs to buy pills.
Just a matter of age. Say that kid took those quarters and then gave some of those quarters to a friend of his to play pinball.
But his friend had no idea that it was stolen from the church.
He's still going to hell, right?
No, he'd be innocent.
Ignorance is holy, right?
That instance, yes.
That's the new Tell 'em Steve Dave slogan.
How about this? Is it easier for demons to possess people who aren't Catholic? Since
Like a Methodist?
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't think I could say that.
No?
Just because you're Catholic, you could still open yourself up.
Right, but is it easier to get somebody who's like kind of like not?
I would say maybe it's easier to get somebody who's not baptized.
Say something like dirty hippie Buddhist, right?
Really?
And I think at least the church would probably say, like in countries like India and
the shitholes.
Yeah.
Can we play the? Can we play the?
Shitholes on there.
Drop in that theme
I
music.
should say it once.
Hold on.
There
All
you
right,
go.
we're back.
Third world countries where Christianity really hasn't established itself, they see a lot of possession. Yeah.
Really?
It's so arrogant, isn't it? That, like the Christians. I remember when in the 70s, they would, what do they call them? Missionaries.
Mm-hmm.
They would go over. They'd be like, "Hey, assholes, what are you guys doing? You should be a Christian."
They're trying to save the world, right?
I mean, it's
Souls.
nuts, though. Like, think of the arrogance it takes to go to another country and be like, "Everything I don't know anything about you. Everything you believe is wrong, though."
Right.
And if you want to get saved,
don't you believe that a lot of these countries that are doing things that are wrong need to be told the right way?
like who? Just name some countries.
Just like
No.
let's
I mean,
say
like, do you say 7 countries you want to name?
I mean, it sounds
like
odd.
if they're cutting off tusks and leaving the
yeah.
carcasses, you don't
Right.
think that they need to be told?
But that has nothing to do with religion. That's because they have no money
Many things
and
that they're
greedy.
fucking ignorant and ass backwards on,
Well, hey, I agree.
and they need a fucking slap across the head.
Right. Suddenly I'm protecting ivory hunters. How am I going to get my back scratchers if they're not out there?
There's a lot of
Right, but there's
reasons.
plenty of people, like very peaceful people that aren't attacking elephants, and, like disfiguring them, who are like, oh, hey, like they would go to like these little like tribes and stuff, right? And be like,
Well, like it sounds imperialistic, I guess. To you,
It's really no different than the
You think
Muslims.
about how many
Muslims
people's
only want to
minds
be
were
Muslim.
sacrificing constantly,
yeah.
to the gods, and
Well, everybody's an asshole, kind of thing, right? Like every society is full of just monsters, imperialistic.
and like I said, possessions back up in Europe, which
It's back up.
theoretically was Christian,
It was down for a while,
or they just started.
or just finally releasing the
Well,
figures.
I'd say Vatican II happened, and they kind of like they didn't disavow exorcism, but it just kind of got pushed to the
Hushed.
side, and things started to happen, and then the Pope's like, this is getting.
Which pope said that?
John Paul II, I think, was the first one to say, yeah, we need to get.
We gotta
He
step up our
noticed an
game.
uptick and was like, "We got to get the strike force back together."
But the one time there was
There's video.
There was a possessed child in St. Peter's Square, and John Paul kind of stepped aside and performed like a small exorcism on him there in St. Peter's
Does the
Square.
pope have more power than you?
He's like, bzz.
He's a bishop, so yes, but
But I mean, in terms of being able to dispel
Yeah, who's
demons.
more respected? You or the Pope?
an
There's powers?
A trained exorcist. Well, the sanction of the church. I mean, the church isn't going to send Joe Blow out to do it. You got to be a priest. So even I don't qualify as a deacon. I'd have to, I'm a priest to actually be appointed an exorcist.
The powers in the sense of like just a word, but not like
Can he
sweat
fly,
powers.
the Pope?
Well, like spiritual power that the church has the ability to grant to somebody because Christ gave the powers of the keys to the church and what you bind and what you loose.
So he has powers,
Well,
things
all priests
more
do,
than
all bishops
a
do.
normal man.
Well, a priest or a bishop, yeah, definitely.
He has the power to look like Dracula and sound like Dracula and constantly look like he's dying. Every Pope I've ever seen is
Not
like
the-
bent
not the
over,
new
like,
one now.
oh, is he really? He's a young
You know,
Pope?
like hip young dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Is he changing like rules and stuff?
yeah. He's making like gay marriage acceptable and stuff.
Oh, really?
Wow.
You know.
I don't think he said that, but he's.
Oh,
Damn. Well, we've got some
Well,
English
he-
girls
he
here.
was trying to be
Have you
more
girls? Have you girls seen any an uptick in demonic possessions where you're from? No,
But no-
the level's probably about the same. You're not baptized, really?
I am.
Yeah, you're okay. You're safe. What about you? Yeah, you're both going to hell. Yeah, what about a baby who hasn't been baptized yet? Isn't the thing like, well, going to hell? Sorry.
No.
No, I thought that was it. Like a baby's born and doesn't get baptized, but then it's like kicks for whatever
Some people
reason.
taught limbo, which was like.
Like purgatory type
Well,
thing?
no, limbo was nice. It just you couldn't see God, but you were happy there. But I think they've pretty much put that to the dustbin. God's merciful. The baby's going to heaven.
Okay.
I'm doing what?
Yeah, what's a baby doing?
A waste.
Supposedly it was an original sin, right?
I'm sorry.
Babies were original sin. That's what I was told.
Yeah, I had. Well, you know what? You know what I'd actually like to get from you. What happens in an exorcism? Could you give me the procedure? Like you're telling me they've had conversations with demons, and demons are like, and they write it down.
Well, they're not. I mean, conversation. They command the demon, obviously, to leave the person, but they ask them their name.
Do they have to give their name when asked? It's like asking a cop if they're a cop.
Eventually, I mean, it might take you. It's not. In fact, one exorcist put it. There is no. We try to group the demons like they're this kind or that kind.
Do the same demons show up? Like, is there multiple incidences with the same demon, and like it's like
And you're like, this
they
guy
threw you
again?
out one time, and now you're back again. We're gonna build a fucking wall.
And
We
it
gotta.
no, I've heard.
Whoa. Whoa. My man is speaking in metaphors big time.
I meant a spiritual wall, a Catholic wall.
Yeah, like say some rapist demons trying to get into him.
Tell him Steve David just gave $1,000 to the ACLU, buddy. Could you not make me give another $1,000, please? I just cleared us. We're fine. We're good.
It's the same demons. Do they?
Yeah,
That's a
do they
good
pop
question.
up?
have seen demons.
Same names.
Centuries apart. Same name. Yes.
That's cool. Well, cool might not be the
Yeah,
right
that's the
word,
wrong
but you know what I mean. Like that's very
But
fascinating.
I mean, for the Roman Rite Catholics, there is a detailed, list of prayers and rituals that are gone through.
Okay.
Now the exorcists will tell you, you don't maybe need to do all of it. It might work with just so much of it, or you might need to repeat it a couple times. You might see some demons. It takes weeks, months. One exorcist said it took him 2 years to free somebody.
What about The Exorcist? The what's his name? That it was based on in the 40s.
Right.
That was largely debunked. That whole position that was based
Of the
on
boy?
Yeah.
Debunked how?
In a way that
it
somebody
didn't-
who was there was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe some of that stuff didn't really happen.
Well, I mean, again, the movie versus what happened in real life. I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, they put all kind of stuff in the movie.
Because I mean, I'm sure that obviously people are more educated now, but up until a certain point, it's like the smallest thing was like, oh, they must be possessed by a demon. I mean, can you imagine being a schizophrenic in like the 13th
Oh, sure.
century?
Sure.
You're done for.
But that's why the church now is
Or being an
careful-
autistic in the 21st
careful to bring
century.
the psychologist out.
They could fix watches.
Yeah, I know. They're useful.
To
They
Quinn,
can point flashlights and fix watches.
the Q's point, the church wants to avoid, taking a mentally ill person and exercising and saying, they don't want.
Yeah, they don't want that on there.
Right.
Are there legends
Or watch.
of exorcists? I mean like
Babe Ruth's.
yeah, thank you, Walt. Like a Babe Ruth of exorcism, where people are like, oh man, in the 14th century, this guy knew what he was doing.
Look at that.
It leads me to your skull here. Which, when you put the picture up, I was like,
Should we get the skull out? Get him.
You
Could
want to
you?
get the skull out, Kim?
Thank you.
I'm not touching it.
He
no.
called me sir. He called me sir, not you, Walt. When he's
Who were you referring to?
me, trust me.
While he's getting that skull out, though, we should talk about how nothing is more heavenly than cooking with your family and, say, Blue Apron.
That's correct.
delivering
That
it,
is
right?
correct. Yes.
What are they? The number one fresh ingredient recipe delivery service in the country. Their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. And
Is this Blue Apron?
Yeah, it is Blue Apron. They established partnerships with over 150 local farmers. Why do people need to know all this shit? This copy is so long. Who cares? Really, what you need to know.
Well, I mean, they paid you to say it.
I know, but really, what you need to know. See, this is a lot like church. Blue Apron is church, son. Cooking together builds strong family bonds. Research shows you're 100% less likely to have an abortion if you cook with Blue Apron with your family. Yep.
100%.
Yeah. That's a figure that. Oh wait, I don't have my glasses on. Maybe it doesn't say that. I don't know.
Right.
You spend a lot in restaurants or high-end grocery chains. You can now spend under $10 a person for a delicious meal. Do you guys? Do you cook? Do you cook at home with Father Lance? No, he doesn't cook. You guys don't cook.
Eat out a lot.
It's women's work, right?
Actually,
You're old
yeah.
school. I see. All right. There's some upcoming meals. They're good. All right. The ingredients are good. Get this out of my face. How dare you?
He's putting the skull
It's
down.
affordable, variety. Choose from new recipes every week. Customize your recipes. Easy, guaranteed. Blah, 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 blah. Check out this week's menu and your first 3 meals for free. Every homeless person should sign up for this, don't you think?
Well, you need an address.
Yeah, you know.
Can't just be send it to the corner of 42nd and 8th.
Well, you could send it to somebody's house and just wait outside. I'm like, oh, that's my Blue Apron, and then cook it above the 55 barrel,
Yeah.
the drum you got burning. So homeless people, listen up. Free shipping, 3 free meals. Go to blueapron.com/TESD. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home cooked meals with Blue Apron. Did you cook some Blue Apron on Valentine's Day, Q?
No, I did not.
For your gay lover after you read him your article?
Like in the article, Walt, I specifically state that over the years, many different scenes in Star Wars are my favorite scenes, and this was currently my favorite one because
It's a badass scene.
it's a badass scene. That's how a real man
Yep.
tells a woman that he loves her.
Yep.
That's what I was
Agree.
getting at. Yeah. Thank you. Walt.
In the original script, he said, no shit, Sherlock, but they changed it.
All right. So
Now,
what was
first,
your
before
point?
we even hit the skull, what about this possessed Polaroid?
Yeah, what about the Polaroid?
Did you never? You didn't see what somebody posted about that? That's some.
That was
so-and-so's
bullshit. That was
Papa's
Photoshop.
Cat.
That's not no Bobo.
Cat
That's
circus?
me in another dimension.
Yeah. And his daughter evidently visited that dimension for a party. Now, if he's traveling to different dimensions, he's probably
See, I don't
possessed,
think
right?
It looks like you. The nose isn't right.
It's a demonic nose.
Yeah.
It's anti-Walt.
I'm sorry, but that guy looks fuckable to me.
All right, don't worry. Yeah, the skull is what you're
All
here
right, so
for.
the skull's out in front of you.
Look at the father eyeing up all that money.
What was your point about the skull? You were about to make a point that led us to this.
The face. I said, I know I've seen that design before, and okay, Prussian kissing devil. Have you done any research on this?
The research-
Do you know what it's
In a way.
it's supposed to be?
Well, yeah, we got a listener sent in a very long history of the skull to us.
The Prussian one?
Yes.
That's BS.
Why? What makes you say that?
I knew
Disrespectful.
It just
I knew
doesn't. So,
I knew it was
Cute.
both.
have you ever heard of a Kapala?
Of course.
Yeah, let's assume
We had one for lunch earlier today.
I
So,
love a good Kabbalah.
Who doesn't?
Kapalas, which is what I think this is an attempt at.
Attempt.
Oh, it's a half-ass Kapala.
Well, if you Google
Well, first of all,
Kapala-
do you think it's a real skull?
Yeah, the skull looks real.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
But if you Google Kapala and see what it is, now certain things about this meet the criteria and other things don't.
Well, in the legend that they sent in, they said that attempts were made to contain the skull by doing this.
Contain the skull. What?
So it was a cursed Prussian skull, and then they took it to a Tibetan Buddhist monk.
According
did
to,
this
and
work?
in fact, if I remember correctly, the legend said that they failed, but they tried.
Okay.
So the fact that you just said it looks half-assed may be.
Because in a Tibetan Kapala,
What is a Kabbalah? I don't know.
it is a human skull turned into a. This is what's not right about it. Is this doesn't come apart, does it?
No, not to
So
my
in
knowledge.
The Tibetan Kapalas, this comes off so you can drink out of the top.
That's so badass.
Drink what?
Blood of your enemies.
Blood, duh.
What
else you gotta drink?
Wine.
But this symbol
Why?
here,
Yeah.
No, it's not. This is not.
it's
This is
called
not communion.
A double
Wait.
Vajra.
Wait. Is it called a what?
A double Vajra.
Double
It's a
Vajra.
Tibetan Buddhist symbol.
Meaning what?
It's a symbol of protection. This is probably this writing is probably Tibetan Sanskrit.
Assyrian, maybe.
Yeah, but the legend that we got specifically said that this was sent to Tibet for
yeah?
this. Yeah.
So it was some kindly Buddhist who's like, "Hey, man, I'll help you out to contain the evil within this."
They said
skull."
it was sent there
If you
and that they
if you
failed.
Google Kapala.
Right.
So this triangle pedestal is correct. they're always housed on that because that represents a fire altar.
How do you know this?
Wavy lines. It's research.
He did research.
Okay.
Dude's an exorcist. For
I'm
Christ's
asking
sakes.
how he knows. I wasn't
So
being
you see
like
the wavy-
bullshit.
The wavy lines on here represent fire. So it's fire altar. But if you Google Kapala, they don't look like this.
So what's your explanation
the
for that?
carving is usually done right into the like. Well, I thought that was. I guess that is a skull. I thought maybe this was metal inlaid, but it's not.
No, that is carved in the skull, right?
But the carving is usually a lot more detailed and better. And like I said, it comes off. Now this row of skulls is usually there.
We got ourselves
but
an
the face
inferior skull.
is completely different in
What else is
every one
one?
I've seen.
Okay.
I was born with one.
The mask reminded me. I was like, "What is that? What is that?"
It looks like Get Him.
And then
Yeah, it looks like if get him fucked a horse.
researching for coming here.
If.
I meant when. Sorry, my bad.
This is a painting by Goya,
Oh boy.
Saint Francis Borgia, who was an
Okay.
exorcist.
Holy shit.
Let me see, Q.
Let me see, Q.
Look at my arm right now. Tell me I do not
Goosebumps?
have fucking goosebumps going up and down my arm.
Are you thinking of your article or looking at that
Look
picture?
at that.
Oh my God! It's the Prussian kissing skull.
When was this painting painted?
When was Goya alive?
You were asking your son? You were asking your 9-year-old son?
Goya, I think, believed in the 1800s.
This is mind-blowing.
So that is a painting of St. Francis Borgia exorcising a guy, and that face appears there, which completely creeped me out.
The one guy looks like Ming. Doesn't he?
It would not surprise me at all if Ming turned out to be immortal of some sort.
Possessed. Hey, man. So this
1746 to 1828.
legitimizes the skull.
Yeah,
You just
why-
gave it your blessing.
Okay, will you find that picture online?
What is it called?
That look up Exorcism by Goya, Goya.
That's his stage name.
So this when you saw the picture, it freaked you out a little bit.
Yeah, because I was like, it's weird that design was used for this skull.
You were like, tell him Steve Dave is bedeviled.
Do I owe Q an apology?
Yes. Just say yes.
Just say no, please.
Well, like I said, you almost need like an expert in Tibetan Buddhism to take a look at this.
Oh, so no. Okay. forget it.
But
I mean, there's no doubt that it's an old skull.
Off.
Was it sent to Tibet, or did somebody who knew a little something, try and make it look
Pretty
like it?
ornate, man. It's pretty
Maybe
dead
to
on with
Tibet
the
to,
Goya.
set this in the front of their store and say, "Hey, put $5
that is
in there."
You got the
crazy.
picture? We got to post that. Like,
Yeah.
we got to get this out. We got to get the word out.
But don't you think the fact that somebody sent us in this legend, right? And it was long.
Well, you got this at an antique store, right? Where we're sitting out there.
Basically at like a Pennsylvania like flea market type thing, yeah.
That's where you find all the most supernatural stuff.
So the person who sent in that thing
Or people.
didn't know anything about
Yeah,
this
preternatural.
all this Tibetan stuff on it, and wrote that it got sent to Tibet to help remove the. I can't even remember what.
Right.
And they failed. So
The guy he said it was Colonel, whatever the Prussian general,
Wilhelm
buried in
von.
Austria. So he's
No, he didn't say it was a general. He said it was a villager, and that was like some.
It was like the village idiot.
Deformed village, yeah, like village
if you
moron.
Article, the first thing that comes up is this Austrian colonel or general who
Colonel?
Oh my God!
Oh,
Another
whoa.
tie.
Colonel Q.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Colonel.
It was, yeah, if you
Oh
look up
my
the name Hogwitz, von Hogwitz, right? Was that not?
I don't remember. Wilhelm
Von Hogwitz.
von Hogwitz. It's so funny. You know what comes up now? Wilhelm von Hogwitz skull and Wilhelm von Hogwitz Prussia comes up. That's hysterical.
Could he be?
There's a count, but that's not his name's Count Frederick Wilhelm von Hogwitz.
Could you be related to him?
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with me though,
How do you know? You said you were drawn to
because
it.
my family's from Italy and Ireland,
How
County
close is
Cork.
Prussia to Italy?
Yeah, wasn't Italy part of the Prussian Empire?
I don't. You're asking a guy that does not know.
Kid, you're in school.
Yeah.
Spooky
Wait.
stuff.
So what is your take on this?
It's hard to say. I mean, like I said, was it somebody that knew a little bit and thought, "Hey, I'll take a medical skull and dress it up and say it's right," because he was collecting money. Right, at the antique store, the guy, the original guy didn't want to give it to you, right?
Right.
Because he probably figured I sure make more than $600 a year of people throwing 5s and 10s in this thing.
Right, and that's tax-free money because it's cash. Yeah, that's a good point.
And then the dummy son that inherited was like, "Oh, sure, here you go, Q."
$650.
Gave
Oh,
up
we
his
haven't made
moneymaker.
$650.
Gave up the family moneymaker.
We have.
Well, I don't like to do it. So even though I did it today for your guests, because I'm not going to say no to
Right.
a lady, but
Oh, yeah? What'd you guys wish for? That mean you would end up together tonight? Guess what? That was $5 well spent, baby.
Why is she taking another $5 out of her pocket?
it's wishing against that.
So when you had it in your house, did you notice anything weird going on?
I did. I said like one of my cats reacted very oddly to it, and yeah, I did. That's why I brought it here because it was like getting like weird vibes, and the one cat was freaking out around it. Mm-hmm. But what you said actually makes me more believe that it's real, because you had said that the reason that you didn't buy into it was because it was that thing that you called it the
Kapala.
But specifically in the legend, the guy wrote that it was sent to Tibet and it went wrong.
Okay.
Should I be concerned to have it here? Should I be? I sit. This is my spot. How long do I sit here?
Almost all day.
I stare at it all the time.
Do that.
No, all I'm doing is launching eBay auctions that he cannot launch for some reason.
Have you had any?
Have I had any
problems?
No, absolutely not. But absolutely nothing. I mean,
with eBay or with you've had plenty of problems. We're talking
yeah,
about
but my problem.
the skull.
My problem predates the skull. Believe me.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, if you kind of find it hard to believe somebody from America would send it all the way to. I mean, I don't know how that would happen or how much it would cost, but
I don't remember this.
Get it to Tibet. Get a Tibetan monk to do this to it.
I don't remember the story. I don't remember if it was in America at that point or somewhat. I got to reread it. I don't remember.
But the face definitely, like
the face is in that painting.
It's a freak out. Yeah. So they obviously saw or copied it. I don't know.
Would you, in your honest, or just like, would you say keep it, or would you say maybe we should not keep it here?
I mean, as a curio, I mean, if you don't see anything going on with it, I don't see any harm in it.
Have you seen an increase in possession since it's been here?
Is there anything we could do to protect ourselves?
Oh, he's got a kit.
He's got his exorcist kit, man.
Is that
Exercise salt.
that's salt?
Is that,
What?
isn't that salt right there,
Exercise and blood salt.
But yeah, but that salt's out of Giddim's mouth.
No, it's
too? He sweat all over it.
That's,
salt.
So
Wait,
so
what do you mean exercise salt? How is salt exercise?
there's an exorcism written over it and the blessings written over it. Said over it, I should say.
So what's it
Are
called?
you giving us this exercise salt to do what? Just put it on the base?
What do we do with that?
Whatever you want.
So wait, you know what? So when
You don't have to use the whole thing. Just use a little bit.
So when I get pulled over by the cops and I have
Oh, you
something
need that
looks
vial
like
back?
this, I just tell them it's exercise
No,
salt.
you can keep the whole thing. I'm just saying you don't have to use it all. I mean, just a little. sprinkle
would it be
should do.
just cool just to put the vial in just like that?
Sure?
Or do you gotta spread it around?
I love the vial just
You're gonna
like
have to
that.
get all
Vial
that
is-
kosher
And
salt
then for
from
you
there.
guys, I have this is
A challenge
in
coin.
or Gideon will know what this is.
St. Peter
You went
challenge
to
coin.
Benedictine school. It's a medal of Saint Benedict,
Oh, okay.
which exorcists use quite heavily because on the back, our exorcism prayers are inscribed on it.
Whoa!
Brian,
Oh shit, that is cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
I could get this made into an.
But now,
who's this guy on it?
just me
Here.
having this.
I
Is
have
this
small
is this
ones
me
you can
putting
wear.
it in the face of demons?
Oh, sweet.
is this what?
Is this me putting it in the face of demons?
I just keep it in your house.
What is this other thing you're giving us?
Same, just a smaller one.
Oh,
Oh, this-
same
this
thing. I
challenges
could
the
wear
demon?
this around my neck
Yep.
and be protected.
And this
I'm going
Gotta have
challenge is.
faith.
What?
Gotta have faith.
You don't
But
think
do.
I
No,
do?
you do.
You're questioning my faith?
I thought we were on the same page, bro. Why are you coming at me?
This is crazy. Gee, I can't believe
You
pulled
deserve to wear it, Q.
I can't believe you guys are glossing over the fact that the face of the fucking Prussian kissing devil is in a 200-year-old painting. Like, you guys are not.
Hey,
blown
what do you
away
want
by
us to
this?
see?
I believed 100%.
I'm stunned right now. That's crazy. But you're selling their father, and you don't think there's anything to the skull.
Nothing's happening with Walt. I mean, you had, like you said, the cat didn't like it.
But it did help me when I gave it the gift.
Get
And it helped
like
Ryan
you
as
thought
well.
it helped you.
What?
You thought it helped you.
Well, we could say that about anything, can't we?
All right. But
Get him. Put that salt back. What are you doing?
But can a demon possess an
Stuck
object?
got fries out.
he can definitely. That's what we're talking about. It's an infestation. Demon can act an object. An object can be cursed.
An object can be cursed, and
A
how
person
does
can be cursed. That's another thing. If you want to talk about possession,
into the please into the.
I'm
the
sorry.
This is
line.
important.
The Exorcist. Probably the worst cases of possessions are when parents curse their children.
Oh boy.
It's a very difficult.
Like how? Because
They just curse because they didn't want them, or
Oh, you don't mean cuss words.
no. Like
You
they
can't-
put a
they live in
curse
New
on the
Jersey.
child.
Like if I said, "Get that bop room clean," that's not the same
No,
thing.
no, no.
Okay.
Or are you going to sit on your fat ass and play zombies in Spaceland all day?
so an object or a person could be cursed, but does that mean cursed with a demon or?
Well, that's the only thing that's going to affect a curse is a demon.
So Wilhelm von Hogwitz could have been cursed by a demon.
Possibly.
The skull could have been
But
cursed
we
by a demon.
don't. Have we verified even his historicity?
This could be your
we
first
have not.
case as a demonologist / exorcist. You verify the skull, man. You're going to make like what's the newsletter for deacons every month? Like what comes out? You're going to be on the cover, man.
Highlights, right?
Sometimes.
Highlights for deacons.
Goofus and Goliath. Wow, thank you for this. This is cool.
Who is the guy on it? Is that Jesus?
That's Saint Benedict.
Saint Benedict. What does he do? He's protector of somebody?
He was the founder of monasticism in Western Europe. He was a renowned exorcist.
He's like a monk,
Yes, he was a monk.
Benedictine monk. All right.
And
They
this,
do that- don't they do
He's
the
the founder of Benedict.
and they do that weird like chants,
Yes,
right?
Gregorian
Oh, that
chant.
shit's cool. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Gregorian chants. Yeah.
and these are prayers. These are exorcism prayers on the
I'll
back.
tell you what it says.
I got mine now around my neck, and I'll never take it off for the rest of my life.
Just like that.
Okay. So on the back side, you
bracelet
see
you
a cross that
Yeah.
CSSML
Yes.
NDSMD in a cruciform fashion on that cross, right?
Right.
So that's Crux Sacra Sit Mihi Lux, which means the Holy Cross be my light, with Non Draco Sit Mihi Dux, never the dragon be my leader.
Dragon being Satan in this instance.
Why are these burning my hands? It's
And
weird.
then,
There's a Q on the side. Should I be worried about that?
Yes.
SMQLIVV.
then around it, you guys, VRSNSMV, which is Vade Retro Satana, Nunquam Suade Mihi Vana, get back Satan, never tempt me with vanity. And it continues
Back to where you-
SMQ
Get back to it.
LIVB, which is Sunt Mala Que Libas, Ipse Venena Bibas, evil's what you offer. In this case, if you look on the opposite side, it's kind of hard to tell. Besides St. Benedict, there's a raven on one side, and there's a cup that's a serpent coming out of the cup.
Oh, wow.
Because some of his monks tried to poison him one time, and he blessed the cup, and it broke. He
Unbelievable.
didn't drink the poison. So
Ah, nice try, guys.
evil's what you offer. Drink it yourself.
Wow.
Is that all
To
Latin?
Satan. Yes.
How fluent are you in Latin? Is your Latin pretty fluent?
I mean, I can
Pronounce
I
it.
can't speak it.
No. You speak any other languages?
No.
I want to learn another language. What should I learn?
Spanish.
Yeah.
It's going to be the most useful one that you have.
So, but
So not a dead language.
so you can't
Cool. You probably could pick up chicks with it.
you can't say that there's more to Messiah about this. The jury is still out.
Right. I mean, unless
Prussian
somebody was to
kissing
say, "Hey, I had it in my house, and stuff's flying around." I mean, yeah,
Well, thank you for the salt,
sure.
and thank you for the
But you can't disprove it.
protection.
I can't say it's not a cursed object.
If you went to Q's house, like Q,
Would you piss on my seats?
yeah, would you be like a paranormal ghost hunter and piss all over his bathroom, or would you
Yeah.
be respectful?
No.
no, no.
I
my-
put the seat up. I'd wipe.
Thank
if
you.
I,
But if he was like, "Hey, man, I put this skull in my house," and like you see some stuff flying around, who do you call? Like,
a priest,
call a priest?
yeah, to come,
like a priest
I'll
you
get rid
know,
of
or
it.
like a local priest,
a local one. Have him come do a blessing. Yeah.
A blessing will clear it?
or could you give it to somebody you don't like? Just be like, "Hey, I bought
Get
you a
rid of-
gift."
well,
you
usually
know?
when you have something
there's
like
been
that,
some bad blood
they
between
tell you
us.
to burn it. That's metal and skull. So I don't know how much. I guess you could incinerate the skull portion in a crematorium.
But according to the legend, they've tried to combat the evil of this thing over the years, and nothing's worked.
Well, what did they say? What the evil of the thing was? What it was doing that was so evil?
I don't remember. I got to reread this thing.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
How did you start listening to Tell 'em Steve, Dave? What makes a deacon?
From the very beginning.
He's only been a deacon for 2 years, right?
13.
13? I thought you said 2.
13.
Oh, you took the class 2 years ago. Okay.
I like Kevin's movies. So I listened to Smodcast, and you guys were the second one to come up on Smodco.
Oh, so you've been listening since the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Are you looking forward
OG
to
Ant.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
I am. I'm disappointed there's not going to be Clerks 3. But
So am I. But I'm looking forward to it. But do you think you guys are going to be in that? I really hope you are.
I don't know.
Probably
Reboot?
younger, better-looking versions of us if it's a reboot, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to see if Zac Efron will play a young Tell 'em Steve Dave. Right?
Wow.
Well, is there anything else, guys?
I can't.
Any other questions?
I could sit here and talk for hours.
This revelation about the painting in an 13th century, 18th century?
18th century, I think.
That's crazy. That doesn't give you pause?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny.
He brought it up.
Because
Right,
I wasn't searching for that. I thought, that looked familiar, and then didn't really think too much about it. And then, like I said, I was researching for today, and just came across, because you Google exorcism, and it comes up. I was like, that's where I saw it. And I showed my wife, and she was like, it looks exactly like it.
It does
What are
look
you talking
exactly
about?
like it.
So do you and your wife have like theological discussions constantly?
No.
Like where you're berating each other's religions?
No.
No?
So do you think it's wise for people to give the skull money if it is a cursed item?
Or is it idolatry?
I mean,
even if it's not cursed, is it idolatry?
I'd say it's silly. Yeah, I'd say it's silly either way.
It's silly either way.
Give your money to the church. That's not silly.
Tell him, Steve. Unless you don't want to end it on that.
Maybe you probably shouldn't.
Let's give it another 5 minutes here.
Let's end on a high note.
All right, let me ask you something. If you came here and you saw concrete evidence that was cursed, what's your next move?
You just said he would call a priest.
Yeah, but
Or you could say a prayer of exorcism on it for an object, and I don't think that requires. I mean, you could probably do that. Anybody could. Offer
Could you
prayer of
grant me the
deliverance.
powers to do that if I see something?
Yeah, you're like the
You're
Pope
shaking
of
his head,
Tell 'em
yes.
Steve Dave.
Q.
Yeah.
I've been granted the powers to do whatever I want with the skull.
Yep.
Sorry, start levitating around and shit.
All right, so let's say you see that salt that you put on there, right? Shoot off across the room. And you're like, whoa. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want you to do anything to that skull. I want it as is.
Do you want to try it?
You want it evil?
Yeah, like I want it evil.
No, I mean, do you want to see if the salt flies off of it?
I don't.
Yeah, no.
You want to just hang out and wait for it to...
Well, let's say we did, right? And the salt just flew across the room. Or even that little vial shot across
Yeah.
and get him in between the eyes.
Like he had just gotten his new teeth.
Yeah, like knocked his teeth out.
That's probably a problem.
All right, so then you would be like, "Oh my God, something's going on here." But then I got ultra possessive about it. And was like, "I don't want you to touch it."
And that's
What-
probably a sign that
then
you've
what's
got a
the move?
problem.
What's the move?
Then you've got
So what do you do?
demonic obsession.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Do you write a strongly worded letter to True TV?
I'd probably call
Intervention?
your mother because I know she goes to church.
Yes,
so
she
that she
does.
could drag you to a priest and get you exorcised or blessed, anyways.
It's so
Because
anticlimactic.
you're obsessed with a cursed item. That's not good.
You are a bit obsessed, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not so
I think you
obsessed.
should. Why
I
don't
didn't
we
bring
get your
it here.
mom on the phone? Let the priest talk to her.
I could. My mom is in the air flying right now.
Oh, yeah?
On the way here. Yeah, I was.
Was she
I
like the
wanted her
Pope?
to come tonight. Yeah, but she's not getting up here early.
Yeah, what's with the white smoke and the black smoke? When did that start? Like when they announced the new pope, or don't?
I think
Well, that's been
cool.
going on for hundreds of years.
That is cool,
anyways.
right?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
When they started, I think when they started locking him in the Sistine Chapel, that's when.
Yeah, why don't we do something like that? Like when we announce a new episode, like Declan puts up some white smoke.
Digital
and shit.
smoke?
What?
Like a digital smoke?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, like that. What's the Catholic Church's stance on devil dogs? Yummy or blasphemous?
I like a deviled dog myself.
What about deviled ham?
I like deviled ham.
Deviled eggs?
That too.
All right. It's all good.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Zune, come on, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe
Okay, well, let's
maybe it is affecting me.
So I'm correct to label this inconclusive at the moment
I would say.
because you until you
I'm certainly not an expert in Tibetan Buddhism, but like I said, if you Google Kapala skull,
But the legend accounted for that.
it doesn't look like any other Kapala skull.
Right. They say they botched it.
One of a kind.
Well, I mean, did they botch it, or like I guess what I'm saying is, why would a Buddhist monk make it look unlike any other ones that they did?
Unless he was under the influence.
Oh, a satanic monk.
He enhanced its power rather than detracted it.
Right.
Removed
Get him.
it.
Right. Get him.
Did you know? I read Salvador Dali got exercise. He had a priest or a monk or somebody
Well, he was very devout.
do an exorcism on him, and he
when
gave
you
him
see
like a
some of those
painting.
paintings,
He gave him a painting as thanks later on.
All the melting clocks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not very.
He also did
devilish.
some very nice religious paintings too, though. Dolly.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not very metal, though. The melting clocks. It was kind of corny.
Well, I think that was like after he got the devil taken out of him, he started painting corny shit.
Oh,
Before then, it was totally. It was.
Pre-exorcism, he was doing some crazy.
Oh, he was doing great
pains,
stuff. Yeah.
Some stuff that would get you locked up.
Oh, I know what it is. Hitler knew something every day.
You learn something new every day, or for your information.
Yes.
Do we have music for that too? I don't think so.
If we don't, we should.
Maybe some Wagner.
Oh my God, the pronunciation.
But
Just
Pope Pius XII was convinced that Hitler was possessed and tried to exorcise him long distance, obviously unsuccessfully.
Really?
Yeah,
how
there's a
did
lot
he
of-
try to do that?
Just tried to read the prayers and have them apply to him.
Do you think that's a reasonable explanation for Hitler?
I guess we didn't get into this, but there is something that's called perfect possession, where the individual wants to be possessed. They act like the lady on Exorcist, who was like begging to be possessed.
Right.
So this individual wants it, collaborates with it, is fine with it, and
What reward could they get out of
They
that?
want-
Get him what?
yeah,
So
what's
wait,
up,
wait,
Walt?
If we established before that Hitler couldn't come back as a demon, and the theory is that
no, I said he can't become a demon.
he can't. Okay, Hitler can't become a demon, but he was possessed by a demon. And when Hitler died, does that mean that demon could come back and possess someone else?
Sure.
So
Like, say,
Hitler
Trump.
could technically return.
No, the demon that possessed Hitler.
Yeah, I thought we established it's Trump.
Yeah. We do have a
Hashtag
friend.
woke.
Yeah.
Makes up for that Christian Wall comment.
Yeah,
look at these two
that's
over
good.
here.
That's
Because
good.
anybody
That's good.
misunderstood that comment.
Regained your status.
I'm going.
As
What?
woke. You both regained your status as woke.
So
Yeah, I denounce the alt right. I just
We-
want to say that.
We have a friend who's he's possessed by a demon that calls itself Ghost Pussy. Now,
Mr. Ledondo.
it puts the fear into him. He doesn't want to do any like misdemeanor trespassing, that kind of
It's
thing.
far from the perfect possession.
Yeah.
Zoo.
All this time I've been sitting back, never knowing how to get on track. People offer only bad advice, but this time I'm gonna do it right. Gonna make it.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.